You are listening to the Novel Writing Podcast, episode 131. Grab a cup, cozy up, and let's get to writing. Today, I want to talk about releasing the pressure. That pressure could be anything from deadlines to word counts to critique feedback to whatever kind of pressure popped into your mind when I said those words. The reality is that pressure reduces performance. I don't care if you think you work best under pressure. The truth is that you might deliver quickly under pressure, but that doesn't mean the quality of that work is better. We've all heard that pressure creates diamonds. And while yes, that is true, it's not true 100% of the time. Most of the time, pressure creates explosions or blow-ups, not diamonds. It creates freaking out, procrastination, endless worry, and heart palpitations. Releasing the pressure means taking away the perception of needing to do something when it's really something that you want. Don't conflate your wants and your needs. You don't need to write 1,000 words a day. At some point, you said either you wanted to do that or you wanted the end result that writing 1,000 words a day brings. If writing 1,000 words a day is part of your daily routine, then maybe it's not pressure-inducing. But if you worry about how to hit that daily goal and try to catch up for days missed or for reduced word count days, that's too much of the wrong kind of pressure. You don't need to publish by a certain date. Nothing bad will happen to you if you miss that arbitrary deadline. And yes, sometimes we pick very specific dates for very good reasons, but if you miss it, what tragedy has really befallen you? You're not dead. The book hasn't been cast into the fire. For example, on this one, my tentative release date for Book 3, Tides of Fate, is the fall of 2024. Mid to late October to be exact for, my own plans. My perfect world ideal date was actually June 22nd, but that ship sailed a long time ago. I want to get it out by the fall because I don't want to be doing launch activities in November when I'm at the Author Nation conference. So side note, if you're going to be at Author Nation 2024, send me a text. There is a link in the description to do just that. But even if I don't get it published in October, it's not the end of the world. And you don't need to accept every piece of critical feedback from critters, beta readers, or even editors. None of them have final say in your book. They all have opinions. Some of them are professional opinions for sure, but you know your story best. And if a suggestion doesn't jive with what you're going for, you can ignore it. Don't sacrifice your book on the altar of pleasing everyone who reads it. A clear example of releasing the pressure is to smash the clock on deadlines. Deadlines are one of the most pressure-inducing things that we do to ourselves, and then stress ourselves out by trying to meet it, even though it's arbitrary, and not hitting it means nothing except that we maybe didn't consider all of the nuances of the goal when we set it. And for sure, different people react to pressure differently. Some people really do perform under pressure, but I'm talking about the pressure that causes stress and actually reduces performance outcomes and results. There's positive pressure and there's negative pressure. An example of positive pressure for me was when I volunteered to speak at a work conference and then spent over 50 hours rehearsing so that when I walked on stage, it was a matter of falling to the level of my training, not rising to the level of my expectations. And an example of negative pressure for me was actually publishing Book 2, The Prophet's Ruin. My drop dead date was March 11th, 2023, because I had an in-person event that day and absolutely needed paperbacks to take to it. But I hadn't properly managed my timeline, and I almost didn't make it. That created a lot of unnecessary stress that actually leaked out onto other people. If you find yourself stressing, worrying, or anxiety-ridden about a goal or a task or a deadline you set for yourself, consider releasing the pressure to do it in that specific way. Like with exercise, we can always make modifications for our situations. And if our situations call for a lower word count, or a longer runway, or a different critique partner, embrace it. There is no honor in achieving a goal if you feel bad about yourself along the way, and accomplishing it makes you burn out. That is it for today's episode. If this has been helpful for you, I'd appreciate it if you left a rating or a review on your platform of choice. While it does nothing for me personally, it does help other writers find this podcast. And if you'd like to send me or the Tally Inc. team a message, there is now a texting option in the description. Thanks for joining me, and remember, the first draft is supposed to be garbage. Thanks for listening to the Novel Writing Podcast. If you're ready to stop struggling and start finishing your novel, check out the 60-Day Novel Writing Challenge. It's a step-by-step program designed for solo writers to complete their first draft with clarity and focus. Visit the link in the description to learn more.